Alright, welcome back to the SuperCoach Nuff channel. In this video we're going to look at the round 4 review, round 5 preview for SuperCoach BBL in season 23-24. So, an okay week I thought, but a little bit below the average score, which is a bit flat with 867, which was in around just outside the top 5,000 for the round. And a slight uptick in overall rank, so we've moved up 43 spots, still outside the top 400, but still in the top 1%. So we will absolutely take that every day of the week. Yeah, if we have a look at the team and how it went, so Quinton de Kock probably didn't quite pan out this week with 20 points. Could have played Philippine and gotten extra points, so I don't think it particularly matters. Matt Short was a bit of a flop this week with 10, but we did get the captaincy right. So Daniel Sams, 5 wickets in the game against the Heat, elevated his score to 172. Unfortunately, it meant for people playing the loophole, or I guess fortunately for them, unfortunately for me, having an opponent who had Daniel Sams as the VC, made it an easy choice to loop him. Will Sutherland with the 40, that's okay. Bancroft with 52, would have liked a little bit more from the double game week, but he is now a wicket keeping option as well. You can see he's at the dual position. So we might try and find a few of the other ones too throughout this video. Maxi doing Maxi things, 150 in, I guess, what was a bowling innings and a shortened run chase. But that's why we have him in the team. Darcy Short on the bench with a 65. So obviously, having him on field would have been great. I'm pretty sure also that Fraser McGurk went pretty well, and we traded him out. So I mean, there was some good options around that we did miss out on. Ben McDermott, I thought he would be back for this last game, but wasn't. So not sure what to do with him, but we may be able to offload. So with our bowlers, so Overton with 89 was good. Tall Paul only getting a 5, so first bowler, and not doing a great deal with the ball. Zaman Khan was okay with 42. I mean, I guess considering these guys played 2 games, it's probably not ideal. Harris Ralph with 82 was good. So for those who have followed the videos, I kept Ralph and Sam Mir in the team, but then caught wind at the last minute that they're both going to be out for the rest of the season playing T20s for Pakistan. So I did a quick reverse and brought Sampa back in, but I only had him on the bench and it wouldn't have mattered much anyway because he only had 16. And Stoinis with just the 12. So a few sort of things to fix. I think this week the Stars do have the double game week, so that might see Stoin get a reprieve. But other than that, I guess the traditional sort of New Year's Eve game in Adelaide, New Year's Day game in Brisbane. Looks like there's one in Hobart as well. And then also the Stars playing on Tuesday against the Renegades. And then I think after that is when we get the Scorchers back, so they're on the bye again this week. So as you can see, pretty tight schedule over the next week. I think also once we get to this sort of stage on Thursday, that'll be around the time the first test is on, or it might even start earlier. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, so I think there's a few games packed into round 7 as well. It's not going to load. That's fine. But it doesn't matter. We don't need that. So haven't really thought too much about the trades. We'll see. So a lot of people bringing in Bo Webster despite the massive break even. And I mean, he does have that dual threat. Imad, I think, if you're looking for a more bowling type option, I think he is the guy. A few people starting to bring in loopholes like Inglis and the like, getting ready for the next sort of game weeks where they've got a double in round 6, a double in round 7. in a single in round 8. So, I mean, if you've got a boost, I'd hang on to it for next week and then just absolutely fill up on Scorchers. Tom Rogers is a bit of a batting option. Jack Edwards, so he's killed it so far, and he's only going to go up in price. But yeah, everyone getting out of the Scorchers, the Thunder, it would seem, and the Renegades, which probably makes sense given their positions on the ladder and some break evens there too. So yeah, so I definitely think we can use Bancroft's cash. So we're going to trade out Bancroft. I should just have a quick look at the break evens. So I think Sanger's sort of done his job. And then, it could be Zampa, it could be Sutherland. Probably going to be Zampa. Sutherland and to a lesser extent rather, De Kock are probably more likely to score some runs. I think Zampa just seems to be a little bit struggling, but I'll trade him out and he'll go off this week. We all know that is how SuperCoach works. So let's have a look at the stars options first because they're on the double this week. So we've got Maxwell, obviously. Mayer's out, so we're not going to worry about him. Dawson's out. So we'll definitely look at Wazim, whether we just bring him in as a batter or bowler. I suppose batter is always the way to go. Where possible. Anyone else of interest there? So, not sure what happened to Ollie Stone. He might come back in now that all the Pakistani guys are out, or the two Pakistani guys. Obviously, Ahmad's still in, I believe. Might have to double check that too. Yeah, I mean, they're not really in that great a form, so do we really want to overcommit on the Stars guys? Perhaps not. What if we take off the filters? What if we look at maybe we just look at generating some cash for next week? We've probably got enough talent here to put together a team. So Jack Edwards has got that break even, that sort of dual purpose. So we might bring him into the squad, make a bit of cash, and hopefully he can get close to sort of Aaron Hardy territory. Majib might be handy. Spencer Johnson on the chair. I think the Heat do have a double game week coming up as well, so might be a little bit of preempting for that. I'm just going to complete the trades and have a play around because I'm thinking, maybe if we don't necessarily need Edwards to play, we might be able to start looking ahead to win the Scorchers coming. Oh, so it's Adelaide that have the double in round 6. Brisbane have it in round 7. So we've already got a couple of Adelaide players. I think, the ones we're happy with. So I don't think that's a big issue. Round 8, everyone's just playing once. So that's fine. Hobart has a double as well. So is there a bit more of an opportunity to use that Edwards money elsewhere? Or are we just going to try and make some bank this week, even if he doesn't do a great deal? That's right. I think the squad's all right as it is. So now it's just sorting through it. So I'm going to move Ben McDermott up here. Hang on, where are we? Round 5. Get the times right. So Adelaide are playing the Stars first. So we don't have a loophole either. So I might undo Jack Edwards. 187. So can't quite afford Hardy or Barendorf. Surely there's other players we want. Try Richardson. Could be a nice option. Cooper Connolly with that dual position. Decent role. Agar's back if we were interested in that. And then after that, they haven't really been playing. What about the batsman from Perth? So Yeah, so a lot of people bring in Inglis, I guess, in preparation for that. He's dipped in price a bit. Zach Crawley started off okay. So I think we are going to want Inglis for the run home, so it makes sense. And then what that will allow us to do is we can put the loophole on Maxwell. Um, then I don't really know who we'd want a captain out of the rest. Just whoever takes our fancy. Probably Sam's, I suppose. Given his form, and don't know if Hobart's been too flash, but um, yeah, something like that, I think. So maybe we'll bring Darcy Short in tonight. It's been a decent touch. Sutherland, Maxwell, um, and then maybe rest Khan, something like that. No, we'll run with that anyway. So I'm just going to move that on to Philippi for the time being. I actually might leave McDermott there. So if we do activate the loophole, it's just a case of swapping Inglis with whoever, and they'll actually I need to put the emergency on him then, don't I? Just swap them around and get the emergency points that way. Hopefully it's not a case. Oh, it doesn't matter because McDermott's not listed as an emergency, so that's fine. Happy enough with that. Cool. So I'll have a look at Wazim, and if there's any changes, I'll just add a comment or something to the video because I should have looked at that earlier. But we will have a quick look at the league. So I did get a win against Feel of Thunder, which I didn't think would happen, but Bo Webster probably let him down a bit. So unlucky Matt. Did have Sam's with the VC, so great call. Chris Green was a nice grab as well with 82, but I sort of had that covered with Ralph. So it literally was Bancroft scoring more than Webster was the difference. So a very close one there. The Sloggers beat the Cane Train. Oh, not sure what's happened to the Cane Train here. A few outs maybe. We've lost one this season, but that's okay. But the Sloggers with 866 is a good score. Just would have pipped them by one. So Sam's with VC, nice. Maxwell, nice. Alex Hales with 99. So yeah, probably should have traded him instead of Bancroft in hindsight. Just obviously cheaper. Um, but extra points is nice too. But other than that, Chowdhury on the bench did okay. McGurk, so yeah, 115 for McGurk. So if you held him, well done. Actually got Fraser McGurk's. How does that work? 301. Oh, could only get one emergency batter. Okay, I get you. Cool. So a high scoring game there with Kickass, who top scored for our league. So well done to you, Jim, it looks like, with a 910. So Majid 101. Fantastic. Hales. Yep. Captain Sam's, both of them. So smart. Yeah, pretty decent. Obviously, Webster and Walter probably is preventing a four-digit score. And Professor S getting the win over Dave's Darlings. So let's see, had Hales, both VC'd Sam's. Yeah, so I think everyone had captain or VC on Sam's except for obviously the Can Train. Both had Webster, which is a bit flat and short. Very similar teams. What happened there? Didn't get. Oh, the emergency wicket. Harper. Was Harper not wicket keeping for the Stars, or is it just because he got a zero? It didn't count. I don't know. Either way, it's a zero, I suppose. So, yeah, had a few points on the bench too, which is unfortunate there for Dave. And yeah, so a quick look at the ladder, mostly because I'm on top, but so got Bring It On this week. Hasn't had a win yet, so it probably means they're due. Um, What other matchups have we got? Fixtures. So Dave's Darlings and Kickass go head to head. Sloggers and Professor S, so that's a top four battle. And then looks like the two purple teams. Anyway, I was going to say the two Hurricanes fans, but Feel the Thunder suggests that maybe not in Matt's case. But maybe a little bit of a bye week there for you, Matt. So that's all good. But yeah, I guess we'll wrap the video up there. Um, so yeah, as always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them to the video. Give us a like if you're enjoying the BBL content and subscribe for all the other content we've got. But other than that, thanks for watching and we'll catch you in 2024.